Hi guys, my name is Carla, I am forever jet-lagged and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about 11 questions that you might get for your final interview for Emirates. This is a subject that I've been talking about before, but I never compiled a list of questions, and I've been talking with people that had their interview recently, and I've been digging in my memory to try to remember the questions that I had, and I'm gonna try to give you some, guidelines as to how to answer them. So let's get started. First of all, I'm sorry for the background noise. My dog is here. Second of all, I know I've been quiet lately. I haven't posted in a while. I had to move from Mexico to Romania. A lot has been happening, but now I'm back and I can't wait to share more of my experience about Emirates. Maybe, just maybe, I can help you get your dream job. So, today we are gonna be talking about what kind of questions could you get for your final interview with Emirates. So let's assume you went through all the stages, you passed all the rounds, and you finally got to your final interview. First of all, congratulations if you're in that position. You made it so far. Second of all, maybe right now you're really stressing about what type of questions are they gonna ask, how are you gonna answer them. So that's why I'm here. I wanna give you some guidelines. Like I said, I have a list of questions that you might get and maybe it's gonna help. But before we start, I wanna say that these questions are not foolproof. They might change the questions, there might be some variations. This is not a proper Emirates approved list, so don't expect to have exactly the same question. I'm not gonna give you word by word answers. I'm just gonna give you some guidelines, help you answer them. Also, the list of questions is not gonna include the typical questions like tell me a bit about yourself, what's your work history, all these questions that you get in every interview. Now, let's start with question number 1, which is a bit of a regular question, but I want to talk about it. Question number 1 would be, why do you want to work for Emirates? And here they might attach a little bit of another question, what do you know about Emirates? With this question, you really have to do your homework. You have to go on the website, read about Emirates, read articles, maybe know the company values, where they fly to. You don't have to know all the destinations, but approximately how many destinations they have, what type of aircrafts. You have to know a little bit about the company so you can talk about it and make them see that you really want to work for them. You want to be part of this company. Here I'm gonna give you a tip. Emirates is very proud that they are the safest airline in the world. They never had a crash. Maybe you could mention this in the interview, that you want to work for the safest airline. They haven't had a crash ever, and that is a very important point for you, and that's why you want to work for them. There you go. I just got this idea. Okay, another question that they might ask, and this is a series of questions about yourself. They might ask, where have you traveled so far? Or what's your opinion about different cultures? Here they just want to know how open you are to working with different nationalities, different cultures. This is again a very, very important aspect for them, because they're very proud that they have 120, I believe, nationalities working for them. They want to make sure that whoever they hire is going to be happy to be part of such a diverse group. So this is very important to them, and you have to show here that you have no problem with any nationality, you're open-minded, you're curious maybe about different cultures and their customs, the way they, cook their food. That's very important. At the end of the day, you are gonna work on every flight with different nationalities, different cultures. You're even gonna live with someone that is not from your country. It's very important that you're open. That's why they also ask, where have you traveled before? Because They also want to know if if you've never been out of your country, maybe you don't know what different cultures mean, you don't know what to expect. So they want to see how well prepared you are and also how open-minded you are for, this whole experience. Another personal question that they asked me in my interview, this I remember very clearly, they asked me how close I am with my family and if I'm gonna miss them. Maybe they asked me this because I was very young. I was only almost 21 when I went for the final interview. Yeah, they asked me how close I am with my family, if I ever lived far from them. I remember I mentioned that I have a baby brother, and they asked me if I'm close to him, if I'm gonna miss him, if I've ever been, away from my family for a long time. I had the luck that I did live for 3 months in a different city in Romania, but I know it's nothing. At that point I thought, wow, I lived for 3 months away from my family. Now I know that it's nothing, but I think it helped. They seemed to believe me when I said that, yes, I'm gonna miss them, but I'll manage. The next questions that I'm gonna talk about are related to your work experience. They're gonna ask you, tell me a time when you overcame a difficult situation at work, or have you ever worked with someone that you didn't like, and how did you manage that situation? For these questions, honestly, if you don't have experience or you don't know exactly what to say or how to, say the best thing, maybe make up a story, that's fine. You have to show that you are able to keep your professionalism in every situation. Whether it's a colleague that doesn't like you or a colleague that you don't like, whether it's a difficult situation where you lose your temper or you get upset, you have to show that you kept your cool, you didn't make a drama, you kept your professional attitude, and that's it. Another question that they might ask is, how did you resolve a conflict with a colleague? And this is a very important question for them, knowing what they're looking for and how they want their employees to be. This is a very important question because, like I said, they have a lot of nationalities, people from different backgrounds, people from different, countries, cultures. So for them it's very important that you are able to resolve a conflict without escalating it. And it's normal that conflicts arise when you have such a diverse group of people. Here is very important that you mention 2 steps in resolving a conflict with a colleague. First of all, you have to communicate with that colleague. You have to tell them how you feel. You have to tell them what bothers you or what happened, what you did wrong, what they did wrong. Basically give them feedback on what happened. If you cannot resolve it with that colleague and they have a defensive attitude and they don't want to accept your feedback or they escalate the situation, the next step would be to talk to a superior. So you do have to inform a superior. This they want to know. If they hire you, it will happen, because they want to know what's happening on their flights. They want to know if something happens, you're not just gonna hide it under the carpet and everything's cool. No, they want to know if a crew did something wrong. They want to know if something bad happened on a flight, especially if it involved a passenger. So it's very important in a conflict with a colleague to mention these 2 steps. First, I'm gonna talk to that colleague. I'm gonna, try to resolve it. If we don't come to an agreement, then I will go to a superior and ask for help and tell them the situation, and we all come to a conclusion and solution. The next 2 questions are your chance to brag, your chance to praise yourself. One question could be, how would your friends or co-workers describe you? And here they don't know if it's your friends' words or your words. So here is your chance to tell them everything that is good about you and everything that is nice and your strong points, and keep the modesty there a bit, but this is your chance to really talk about yourself in 3rd person and say all the good things that your friends or co-workers would say about you. And then another question would be, why would we hire you? Why should we hire you? Here again, you have to tone down the bragging It's very important to mention your strong points, to mention your qualities. Everything that you know you're good at, you have to mention it here, because you have to show them that you're aware of your qualities, that you have confidence in yourself. Because if you have confidence in yourself, then you're gonna, do a good job, and you're gonna be confident on a flight as well. And this brings me to my next question, which is related to flights. Actually, the next few questions are going to be related to flights. They might ask you, how do you deal with high pressure environment? Or how do you cope with the long shifts? And this is for the first question with the high pressure environment. This is where you can use your confidence, because you're confident in what you have to do, in what you know how to do, and this way you're gonna keep calm in a high pressure situation. Not gonna panic and lose it and forget about everything that you have to do. Long shifts here, I don't know, if you're not a night person, a night owl, if you're not used to long hours, just lie. Here it's okay to just lie. Just tell them that yes, you can do it, you know how to do it. And there's a very important aspect here to mention during an interview. They're asking you about long shifts because fatigue is a really issue within the cabin crew, because you have night flights, long hours, physical work, so you're jet lagged all the time. They want to hear that you know how to take care of yourself, so that you don't get to burnout. And here you can mention, I don't know, that you drink a lot of water, that you do meditation on your days off, you exercise, you do some yoga, or I don't know, any healthy lifestyle habits are good to mention here, because these habits recharge your batteries on your days off. And this is how they know that you know how to take care of yourself, and you're not gonna end up calling sick every 2 flights because you're fatigued, you're tired, you got sick. Also, when you're tired, you tend to get sick more. So this is very important, that you know how to take care of yourself and you have a healthy lifestyle. They do care about that, because at the end of the day, it's in their benefit for you not to get sick and for you to go to your flights. And also yours, because you want to see those destinations, right? And that's why you want the job, so you can do the flights. So you really need to know how to take care of yourself. Okay, I think I lost count of the questions that I mentioned, but anyway, I have 2 more. One of them is, how long do you expect to work for Emirates? This is a question that they didn't ask me, but I heard that they started asking this question lately. I think it's a very good question. They want to know what's your future plans. And it's fair enough, because they're spending a lot of money to bring you to Dubai, to do your visa, your flight, to put you in accommodation, your medicals. There's a lot of money there. So here it's good to mention your future plans, but if your future plans include staying in Emirates only 1 year, don't mention it. I don't know, say something else. They want you to stay a minimum of 3 years, which is the first contract. It's good to mention, I don't know, maybe don't put a timestamp on it. Say something like, I want to stay for as long as I'm happy, for as long as I can grow, for as long as I'm doing a good job, for as long as I enjoy my flights. Whatever vague but good answer you have, you can say it. But if you plan on staying only 1 year and then, I don't know, going back to school or going back home, don't mention it, because in 1 year they're not going to get their money back, and then there's no point for them in investing to bring you to Dubai if you plan on leaving after 1 year. And now, at the end of the interview, every interviewer, this is a very typical question, they ask you if you have any questions. But it's a bad sign to not have any questions. I think a good answer for this, and I'm gonna be honest, I saw this in a movie. I think a good answer for this is, when do I expect to get a response for this interview? It just shows that you're confident. It shows that you have other prospects in your life. You're not just hanging and you're not desperate for this job. And it also shows professionalism, that you came here, you did whatever they asked you to do, now you will need an answer and you want to know when you will get it. So that's fair enough. It's very professional, but also a bit pragmatic and straight to the point. I think that's a good attitude to have at the end of the interview. After you've given them all the good answers and everything, you expect an answer from them. And Emirates doesn't tell you during the final interview if you got the job or not, so don't really expect that. But I think it's a good thing to ask, just to ask. Don't expect an answer. They're gonna give you an ambiguous, vague answer, but it's a good sign that you're asking this. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't miss for too long. I'm happy to be back, and as always, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll answer each and every one of you. If you have any, things that you would like me to talk about, also leave them in the comments. I'll answer, or I'll make a video about whatever you want me to talk about. Next week, I will be a bit more personal. I will talk about my life at Emirates, what I liked, what I didn't like. If you're interested in that, hit that subscribe button and maybe the notification so you can see when I post the video. Like this video, save it, send it to your friends, whoever would be interested to see it. Thanks again for watching and have a great day. Bye!